everyone, welcome to Unify study. Am I audible? Is my screen visible? Divya, Srinivas, Vetri Chelvan, Purnima. Manichen, happy morning. Purnima. Yes. Have you all had your breakfast? Kishori, Christy, George, Marani, Lekha, good morning. Very good morning. Please do like the session. Good morning Sheetal, good morning Sneha, Monica, Amlu, Sneha, Mohan. Yeah, good morning Anand, good morning. Hope you all doing your revision. Go through your revision. Daily we are meeting at YouTube for learning the quick concepts, most sure topics in Net DA Net Paper 1. And this time, this in June, right? June and March, then we have more number of questions from the sampling methods and the statistical measures method. Okay, so today we are going to cover from sampling methods. When the sound is coming, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Somewhat going. Now it is okay. What about the background noise? Is it too much or it's okay? Sneha, now is it okay? Now also, I have closed. Feeling like blank means you have many things in your mind. It means that when you feel very much blank means then you have any stuff in your mind. That's why you are feeling blank. Now is it okay? Coming, then I have to off the fan. Now it is okay. Too much noise. Now we will not get any noise. Now I have made everything clear. Yes. Tell some tips, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Don't worry. I will tell you. I will tell you in between. Okay. So good morning everyone. Today we are going to start with the sampling methods, the most important topic. In recent times they were asking many questions from sampling methods. So under sampling methods, what is the sampling that we have to know? In research, at which stage we have the sampling methods we have to know. Okay. So when we take sampling, when we take research, there are major 7 steps be there. Okay, first we have to define the research problem, review of literature, formulate the hypothesis, prepare the research design, data collection, data analysis, interpretation and report writing. So any kind of a research will have these process. This is a basic process of any kind of research. So in this, when we take the data collection, right, when we take data collection, in this step we have supposed to do the sampling. Okay, whenever we collect data from the people from the set, there we do data collection. So under this data collection, what we are going to do is, under this topic we are going to study about the sampling. So under data collection we are going to study about sampling. Yes, under this topic we are going to study about the sampling. So let me start with one by one. What do you mean by sampling? What are the terms that we use in sampling? We will see. Okay, see, I am going to do a research. I am going to do a research with a huge number. Say example, election survey will be taken, right? Is it possible to take the election with this all the 120 crore of people? It is not possible, right? So what I will do is, I will take a representative of that whole population and I will do my survey with that population, and I will tell this party will win or this party will win. Yes, clear? So that is what we call it as what? An sample. So see, this is the target population. So this is the population where I am going to do my research. But it is not possible to apply the whole number of people, all the number of peoples to get into my research. So what I will be do is, I will be taking some representation from this population group. Okay, I will be taking some representation from this population group, and that I call it as sample. So there are many process, many way of taking that particular sample from a target population. Okay, if in the whole population I need to take some sample, means it is not that much easy, just need to pick. So there is a process of selecting a representative group from a population under study. So how to select that sample? It's a big process. Okay, so sampling is what? It is a process of selecting a representative group from a population under study. So this is a target whole population. From that I take a representative group, and that group we call it as a sample. What is this target population? The group of individuals from which the sample is going to be selected. Okay, yes, sample is the subset of individuals selected from the larger population to do my research, and they are termed as samples, they are termed as participants. Okay, these are the terms that we use to represent a sample. And from that sample I do my research, and I give a generalized statement of concluding that research. That is generalizability. So when I apply the research on this sample and I get an answer, and I will say this is the result which I have applied through this, which I have got through this sample set. Okay, this is called generalizability, right? So these are the basic terms. Population you should know, sample means you should know, participants means you should know, and then through which we will make a generalizable statement at the last. So this is about sampling. So when I take sample from the whole group, there are many possibilities of going for bias. What do you mean by bias? Means I go not correctly, I will be going. There is a disproportionate representation may be possible taken from that population. Say example, I want to take a survey about 18 age group. 18 age group habit. 18 age group people's habit I want to study. If I take the age group of 8, what is being there? It is biased. In some cases, if I take 18 age group of my own set of people, means what? There is also a bias. I have to cover whole population of 18 age group people. Okay, I should not go with a biased one. Okay, so that if I do some kind of a biased sampling, what will occur? Definitely it will not represent the whole population. It will not represent the whole population, and that we call it a sampling bias. So sampling bias occurs when certain groups of individuals are more likely to be included in sample than others. If I do research, I am doing research, I take people who are very much convenient to me, so that I select people who are near to me. I don't go outside, and I take people who are there around me, okay, and I do my research, means that is a sampling bias, because there are many people outside the place where they are also comes under that age group. They will be definitely different. Without taking them into the consideration, I cannot conclude the research. So if I take to my convenience, then there will be a kind of a bias, maybe possibility, which leads to an unrepresentative sample. So please note on the terms: sample, target population, sampling, and this bias. Okay, yes. So types of sampling, we have two types. One is probability sampling, another one is non-probability sampling. What do you mean by probability sampling? Means all the people in the group, okay, all the people in the group may have an equal chance of getting participated in become the sample. So this is the target population, means this is sample. So all the people inside this target population will have an equal opportunity of being placed into this sample. Okay, they have an equal opportunity. We can't say who will come, but definitely everyone will be given an equal opportunity, and this we call it as probability sampling. I give you one more point with this. Probability sampling will be done in the research which we discussed yesterday's quantitative methods. Whenever we use quantitative method of research, there we will be using probability sampling method of data collection. Note it down in your notebook. Wherever we do quantitative type of method of research, means there we use probability sampling methods to collect the data. Yes? Yes, clear? Clear? Yes. Then what do you mean by non-probability sampling? Non-probability means I cannot assure that all the people in the target group will get an equal opportunity. Okay, it does not give every individual a known or equal chance of getting selected to be a member of sample. Because I said you before, right, I'll be having a group of people where I'll be selecting them as my own people to do my research, and that we call it as non-probabilistic sampling. Yes, and this is being applied in the qualitative research. Qualitative method of research. Whenever I use qualitative method of research, I use probability sampling to do. Quantitative probability. Okay. Quantitative probability. 1 minute. 1 minute. So whenever I use probability sampling, means what? Quantitative method of research will be there. Whenever I use qualitative research, means what? Non-probabilistic sampling, data collection will be applied. Yes? Again fan sound. Now are you hearing? Now? I have turned against. Now? Now? Sheetal, now also hearing sound? No, right? Yes. Now clear. Thank you. Thank you. So, it does not give an equal opportunity to the people in the selection. This is non-probabilistic sampling, qualitative method of research. Note down these points. So, when I come to sampling methods, we have different types of sampling. As we said, probability sampling, non-probability sampling. So under probability sampling, we have simple random sampling, stratified sampling, cluster sampling, systematic sampling. Under non-probability sampling, we will be having convenience, quota, snowball, and judgment. Yes? Yes? Simple, stratified, cluster, systematic, convenience, quota, snowball, judgment. Ma'am, how to remember this name, ma'am? If you forget, means what I will do? No worries. SSC is for probabilistic sampling. SSC. Okay. SCJQ. Okay. This is for non-probabilistic sampling. Okay. Supreme Court, judgment quota. You can remember in that way. Okay, Supreme Court, so related word judgment, quota related word, so you will easily remember. Yes, 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 yes. Seetal, that MC and all multi-cluster, right? Yes. So we will see the thing. First goes to simple random sampling. What do you mean by simple random sampling? Where the population, each and every member of that sampling will be getting an equal opportunity to be a part of a sample, and that we call it as simple random sampling. Keyword is nothing but equal chance. Equal chance of being chosen through the use of unbiased selection method. This we call it as simple random sampling. Okay, right. Next one. This, for example, anything. If we take playing cards, it's a simple random sampling. Every card has an equal opportunity to be selected out of the playing cards. You can take playing cards as an example. Playing cards as an example. Selecting one, not selecting, tossing the coin, rolling the dice. For this, we can give an example as a simple random sampling. Each and every phase will be as an equal opportunity to be a part of a sample. Next comes to stratified random sampling. What do you mean by stratified random sampling? Strata means group. Okay, strata means group. Take an example in our schools and all, right? In our children's schools, in our college, I don't know we have, but in schools they have clubs, right? They have clubs or houses. Red house, blue house, green house, yellow house, pink house. So they will be having houses, right? They will be having houses. So that house we call it as what? Strata. So every student have been divided into groups. It will not be only with one class. It will be with all the classes. First standard to 10th standard, the girls and boys will be divided into blocks or houses. Blue house, red house, yellow house. Similarly, they are being classified as stratas. Okay, and from this strata they select from each group one. See, inside the stratas everyone belong to a blue house, that's all. Everyone belongs to a blue house. Here it is a green house. You remember, you understand what I am meaning? Here it is pink house. Here it is brown house. In schools we have clubs, we have houses, right? That concept. So what the researcher will do is they will first divide the population into subgroups or groups by means of shared characteristics. This is the important word. They have a shared characteristics, based on that they will divide, and from that each strata they will select one person, and that we call it as what? Stratified sampling, and that we call stratified sampling. Another examples which we can give is on distinct differences. Example, from common place we can have some level of education, from a same set of age group. So these can be the parameters to make it as a strata. So on one common shared strata they will be divided into groups, and from each group one person will be selected, and that is called stratified sampling. Understand? Clear? Okay. Next, cluster sampling means what? These two things looks similar. There also we divide the whole population into strata. Here also I divide the whole population into strata, into groups, into clusters. Okay. But what is the major difference between the stratified and the stratas are? Here the groups have been divided by means of naturally formed groups. Naturally formed groups. They belong to same school. Okay. They belong to same district. Okay, so they will be dividing into their naturally formed groups, and each cluster will be taken as a random, will be selected. There from each strata one is being selected. This one they selected one, this one they selected one, and this one they selected one, this one they selected one, and from this one they selected one. But what in cluster is, this will not happen. They take any of the 2 or 3 clusters as common, as a sample. See here, this cluster and this cluster is being taken as the sample. Clear? And this we call it as cluster sampling. Clear? This we say as a cluster sampling. Yes? Yes, clear? Clear? Okay. Okay. Yes. So these are the difference between the cluster sampling and stratified sampling. Cluster also makes groups, strata also makes groups. But what is the major difference between cluster and strata is, in cluster the members are randomly selected as a part. See, the cluster is being selected. Here in cluster sampling, the cluster is being selected. But here the individual components of a strata is being randomly selected. Here this cluster is being selected, here the individual components of the strata is being selected. And here inside the cluster they maintain the homogeneity between the cluster. Between the clusters. See the above example, between the cluster there is a common kind of relationship. Here between the strata they have, within the strata they have maintained the homogeneity. They will be same kind. That is, they will be of blue house. Okay. Within the strata they will be homogeneous, same kind. Within the strata they will be of blue house. See example I write pink house, red house and yellow house. So they have classified in terms of blocks like this, and from each block from this each block we select one from pink, one from blue, one from red and one from yellow. This is stratified, right? Similarly, when I go to cluster means what? I have cluster 1, cluster 2, cluster 3, cluster 4. Okay, and I select cluster 2 and cluster 4 for my research. So here the cluster is being selected. Here from each house I am selecting one person. Okay, individual components is being selected. Here the researchers maintain homogeneity between clusters. So between clusters there are belongs to homogeneous. Okay, between clusters. But here they maintain within clusters they are homogeneous. They belong to pink house, they belong to blue house, they belong to red house. That is the difference between cluster and strata. And they have been divided naturally. On the natural, say example, they all belong to same country, they all belong to same race, they all belong to same gender. Okay, in that case they divide naturally. But here the researcher who do the research will divide on the base of his own need. He will be creating the strata. So this is been occurring naturally, and this is been done by the researchers. Okay, right. So here the objective of cluster is to minimize the cost, and here it has to be done very properly because we have to classify the group and then we have to do. So this is a somewhat more representation needed. Here it is minimize the cost of doing this research. So this is cluster and stratified. Next one is very easy. I love this sampling very much. Systematic sampling. See example, see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here are 7 students. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So every third student is being selected. Every third student. First student is being selected, and from there 1, 2, 3. Third student is selected. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So from the start position, every third student is being selected. Every third student is being selected. 1, 4, 7, 10 and 13. So when I say every third student, there is a systematic way of selecting people from the whole group. Okay, when I have 100 students, right, I will be taking every 10th student for my research. I will be taking every 20th student for my research. So this we call it as systematic sampling of research. This involves taking random samples at regular periodic intervals. Okay, regular periodic intervals. From school making students without any condition is cluster. Yes. Yes. Here we take time interval. Regular periodic interval is the keyword. Note down this keyword. Regular periodic interval. Okay, so far we have seen simple random sampling, stratified sampling, systematic sampling and cluster sampling. Okay, simple random sampling, selecting any one from a whole group is a simple random sampling. Systematic sampling is what? Taking every third person at a regular interval. Okay, the keyword is regular interval is the keyword. This is systematic. What do you mean by stratified? Dividing into stratas and from that strata selecting an individual. Select individual from individual from each strata, then that we call it as what? Stratified sampling. What do you mean by clustered sampling? Cluster sampling is also dividing into groups, naturally divided groups, and they will be homogeneous between the clusters, and here I will be taking cluster as the random way. I will be selecting cluster as a random way. Clear? So these are the 4 different types of probabilistic sampling methods, and they will be applied in what? Quantitative method of research. So whenever I follow quantitative method of research, whenever I do quantitative method of research, there I use probabilistic sampling method as the data collection method. Probabilistic sampling for data collection. Where we use quantitative method, whenever I do experimental method, whenever I do a descriptive method, right, there I will be doing probabilistic sampling methods, because everything here we need is statistics. We need to do the statistical inference. Okay, here everything works on numbers. Clear? Yes. And in cluster we have some more. In cluster we have a single stage cluster and we have double stage cluster or multi-stage cluster. Single stage or multi-stage cluster. Okay, so this is one level single stage cluster. When I go, I take these 2 clusters and I then further divide and call it as the double stage cluster. Yes. Whenever we do matches and all, right, those who win will be selected and then it goes on, and that we can be the example multi-stage cluster or multi-stage sampling. Okay, yes. Have you all clear with all the concepts? Yes. Clear means I'll go to the next one. What happens is multi-stage in multi-stage sampling we have a high level of subjectivity is possible. Subjectivity means biased. Okay, we cannot go for an accurate kind of a representation of the whole population. That was some kind of a problem in multi-stage sampling. Okay, yes, clear, very good, clear. Yes Navya, I'll repeat. Any other doubts? Yes. Okay, when I take cluster sampling, right, cluster means what? I am having cluster 1, cluster 2, cluster 3, cluster 4, cluster 5, cluster 6, cluster 7. 7 clusters are there. I will be taking few clusters as the representation. That will be a first stage of clustering. Okay, I will draw and show you. 1 minute. See, I have cluster 1, I have cluster 2, I have cluster 3, I have cluster 4 and I have cluster 5. Okay, so from this clusters I take cluster 3, cluster 4 and cluster 5 for my research. Okay. I take cluster 3, cluster 4, cluster 5 for my research. Okay, from these selected clusters like C3, C4 and C5, what I will be doing is, I will be taking selected number of things for the another stage. Okay, another more stage. So, and that we call it as what? That we call it as what? What is that? Multi-stage clusters. Okay. Yes. Yes. Clear? Yes. Yes. Next one. So again I can select from this group for my convenience. Next stage. So only one stage we call it as a single stage cluster, and then again I do some kind of next stages. When I divide means I call it as a multi-stage. This is not possible for a smaller population. When I take a larger population, this clustering will be applied. This multi-stage cluster will be applied. Multi-stage cluster is for the large population. Okay? Yes. Yes. Next. So those who are new to the session, please kindly do, we are doing PIQ's practice course for paper 1 in Unify Study app. In that we are discussing the latest patterns, 2023 questions. We are discussing 2023 latest pattern, June pattern questions, March pattern questions, and my own unique one is we are doing one day, one DI concept. There we are doing one day, one DI concept. Regularly we are doing one day, one DI along with the concepts of other units. Okay. We are now this week we are doing research aptitude. We are doing research aptitude. So, and we are doing the test series, and weekly, every week we are having a revision mock test with the latest pattern questions. So please, those who wish to join, kindly do visit unifystudy.com, and there you can have a clear idea about this PYQ practice. And same we have a 1 minute. Right, and also we have we are having PYQs for computer science and also for paper 1. Okay, so do join for paper 2, paper 1 and paper 2 of computer science. Paper 1 and paper 2 of computer science we are doing PYQs practice. Please do kindly visit unifystudy.com for more information regarding paper 1 practice and paper 1 and paper 2. Paper 2 we concentrate on computer science. Please do kindly do visit the website for more details. We are doing with the latest patterns questions. Okay, latest pattern questions. We'll move the next one, non-probabilistic sampling. What do you mean non-probabilistic sampling means? Every individual which are not given equal chances to be a part of the selection, and that we call non-probabilistic sampling, and this will be applied for qualitative method of research. Whenever we do qualitative method of research, there I will be applying non-probabilistic sampling, qualitative method of research. Can you please list me few qualitative method of research that we discussed yesterday? Can you please tell me few qualitative method of research that we discussed yesterday? Quantitative, qualitative. Faster, faster, faster. Qualitative. Ethnography, ethnography, phenomenological research, phenomenological research, grounded theory, historical research, historical research, yes, historical research. Then we have more like narrative research, focus group research. Focus group is a method we use. Focus group is the method we use. Focus group, interview are all the methods. Narrative research, right? Very good, very good. Grounded theory, very good. So these are all. Sometimes we'll get a descriptive also comes under the qualitative. Depends upon the content. Okay, depends upon the content, right? So these are all the major types of non-probabiltic sampling methods. Non-probabiltic sampling methods. Kindly do convenience, quota, snowball, judgment, and these have been used in qualitative method of research. What are all the qualitative type of research? These are all the qualitative type of research. Here when we do collect data, we use these methods to collect data. First one is convenience sampling. What do you mean by convenience sampling? Convenience means as per the literal word, according to the convenience of the researcher. Whatever he feels convenience with this people, with this place, with this scene I can do means with this convenience when he selects some data with a sample means then we call it as a convenience sampling. So it is a method of non-probabiltic sampling where the researcher will choose their sample solely on his own convenience, his or her own convenience. See, the researcher is doing research here. He cannot go beyond all these things and select. They are very convenient with respect to place. So he selects these people for his research and he or she is doing the research. And this we call it as convenience sampling. Yes, convenience sampling. Very good Divya, very good Anand. Very good, very good. This we call example. We can also say accidental sampling is the ally's name, where the researcher will choose the sample solely on his own convenience. Next one is snowball sampling. Have you seen snowball? Have you seen snowball? Snowball rolling down from a hill, it will be rolling down. At the starting it will be a small one. When it comes rolling, it becomes a big snowball, right? So the process starts with a small group of initial respondents. Those initial respondents then refer the researchers to go for other kind of people. We can go to this people, we can go to this people. So the target population will be get extending, right, and so on. So this process is continuous until the desired sample size is reached. I am doing my research. I have a set of people. Okay, with them I start my research and I ask them, see this size is not enough. Can you please refer some other people to extend the sample size? And they will be referring some other people. And another person will be referring some other people. Another people will be referring some other. So what happens? The sample size gets increase as it goes on like a snowball, right? So that's why it is referred as a snowball, and this is called as snowball sampling, where it belongs to a non-probabiltic sampling method. Clear? Yes, exactly. Yes, next one. Snowball we have seen, right? In a mountain there will be a small snowball. When as it rotates, come again, and as it comes down, right, it will become a big fall, right? Snowball. Yes, it will represent a large population. Why? Because it is been given to one person, he will be referring few people. He will be referring few people. So as the sample size gets increased. So the sample size get increased, and that sample size we call it as a snowball sampling. Next one, quota sampling. Quota means what? So researchers choose the individuals according to specific traits or qualities. Specific traits or qualities. Okay, we used to decide on base of quotas. See, here is a large population. I divide this group by means of a quota. They belong to this group. Have you seen people playing games, right? Playing games like this, fortune wheel, something, wheel of fortune. Those who stand this 1, 2, 3, 4, everybody will be going around this one. When whoever stands in the one, they will be, whenever their number is called, means all the people in this group will be out. So they are all based on the group 1, group 2, group 3 and group 4. Have you played that game? It will be for large population you will be playing. And I am just giving you an example. And this we call it as a quota sampling. The researchers choose the individuals according to their specific traits or qualities. Based on quota you will be selected. Based on category like reservation category, general category, SC category, ST category, MBC category. So based on quota they will be selected for the research. And that we call it as what? Quota sampling. Based on the age group they will be selected. Clear? Yes? Here I have given an example. They apply age as the quota. Okay, age is the group. 21 to 30, 31 to 40, 41 to 50, 51 plus. So that to know about the smoking trend of the people. Clear? Yes. Yes, very good. Yes, age, sports games. Yes. Next one. Judgment or purposive sampling. Judgment or purposive. Judgment means what? Judgment means what? It is all based on the judgment of the researcher. He or she will be having one judgment. This set of population has to be taken. This set of people has to be selected. On these traits they has to be selected. Everything will be decided by the researcher. He will be very much judgmented. Purposively he will be selecting those people for the research. I want this one, I want this one, I want this one. So purposefully they will be selecting people from the group and he will be doing the research with that people. Right? And that we call it as what? Purposive research. Yes, very good, Sheetal. Very good. Okay. These are the major types of non-probabilistic sampling questions. Shall you go for PYQs? You understood the concepts? So we have seen convenience. We have seen snowball, we have seen quota, we have seen judgment. You can remember easily by SC, judgment, quota. Okay. So what is S? Snowball. Snowball means the sample size increases as it rolls like a snowball. Okay. What do you mean by convenience? Convenience, the researcher will select as per his convenience with respect to the place, with respect to the people, with respect to the location he will be selecting. So that is called convenience. What do you mean by judgment? Judgment is what? Judgment, the researcher has his own judgment in his head doing his research. He will be does everything on his own purpose. For this purpose I select these people, everything will be dealt, and that is called judgment or purposive sampling. What do you mean by quota sampling? They will be selected on specific traits or quota. Yes, quota. And these are all the types of non-probabilistic sampling, and they will be applied for qualitative method of research to collect the data. Clear? Yes, we'll go with the PYQs. Yes. The kind of sample that is simply available to the researcher by virtue of its accessibility. I hope you people will do the answers well. Let me check. Give the answers in the chat box. Yes. Very good. I'm getting answers. Very good. Super. Good. Very good. Very good. All are giving right answers. All are giving right answers. Very good. Very good. Divya, Akila, Bhavani, Surabhi, Sophie, Lekha, Saravanaraj, Madhumita, Anand, Ammu, Kirtana, Navya, Viji, Umarani, Aparna, everybody giving right answers. Very good, very good, very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. The right answer for this question is convenience sampling. Very good. Convenience sampling. Very good. Next question. Next question. Next question. Yes, this is question number 2. Very good. Very good, very good. Very good. B. How many B's? Very good. Very good. Very good. All are giving right answers. Good. Very good. Right answer for this question is snowball sampling. It sampled respondents, contact and recruit others in their social network for participation in the research is called snowball sampling. Very good. Next question. Very good. I'm getting answers. Very good. 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. I'm getting answers. A sampling technique which units are randomly sampled from a population that has been divided into categories. Yes. Which will not come. Very good. Getting confusion between two things. Yes. Getting confused between two things. Read the question properly and then answer. The sampling technique in which the units are randomly sampled from a population that has been divided into categories. Read the question properly and then answer. Very good. All are wrong. See, which units are randomly sampled from a population that has been divided into categories. What we have seen as it's an individual components. Remember? Individual components are randomly sampled from a population that has been divided into stratas. Yes, clear? I insisted on this line repeatedly telling individual components, individual I was telling you. All are telling C. Everyone. Yes? Yes or no? Clear? Point clear? Point clear? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no, guys? Learners got confused. Yes. You have to be very keen with the words. Strata will not exactly come. We have to understand the question properly. A sampling technique in which the units, single unit, right, are randomly selected, randomly sampled. What we will do in stratified? There will be blue house, there will be red house, there will be yellow house, there will be pink house. So see, blue, green, red, yellow house. Okay, inside this group there will be having a 4 students like this, here we have 4 students like this, here we have 4 students like this, here we have 4 students like this, and which the units are randomly sampled from population that has been divided into categories, into stratas. Clear? Game over. Game not over. Aparna, is it clear, Aparna? Aparna. But random keyword, ma'am. Random is keyword for everything. When it comes under probabilistic sampling, everywhere we have a keyword called random. Yes. Yes. Yes, clear? See, cluster, we will be selecting the cluster as the sample. But in strata, we will be selecting from blue, I will select one. From green, I will select one. From red, I will select one. From yellow, I select one. Which one, I don't know. Which one, I will not know. But I will select one. Yes? Yes, good. Next question. Oh. 1 minute. One minute. Yes. Next question. Next question. You have seen the answer? Have you seen the answer? No? Yes. Yes, I'll wait. Okay, try to find out whether you will be able to match or not. Try. Yes. Very good, very good. All are correct. Good. You are telling my statement. Very good. A4, B3, C2, D1. Simple random sampling. Note on the keywords. The unit are given equal and independent chance. B3. Stratified random sampling means what? The unit are choose from defined group levels randomly. Defined group leveled randomly. C2. Cluster. The units are chosen intact on basis of their setting, natural settings, on their place, with their location, right? The basis of their settings, natural settings. Snowball sampling means the first member is used as an informant to identify the other, then B goes on like a snowball. Please, looking at the answer, that's not a problem, but are you able to identify the answer correctly? That is what I need. Do you all able to identify the right answer? Do you all able to identify the right answer? Yes. Yes, next one. Next question. Do this question, last question of today. Yes, very good, Amlu, very good. Very good, Andi Srinivas. Satya, Divya, Navya, Kishori, very good. Do the next question. Yes. Thank you. Do the next question. Sample sizes for quantitative research vary by technique but are generally small. Think logically and then answer. There are words like sample size, quantitative research, generally small. Qualitative research involves non-probabilistic sampling. What is the right answer? Read the question carefully, I said. Don't be in hurry. For all who are answering, Preeti, Amlu, Madhumita, Atutu, Satya, Sophie, Bhavani, Umarani is okay. Ammu, Viji, Vetrichelvan, Divya, Lekha, please think and answer. Small means what? Small means they are talking about what? Small means they are talking about the size. Yes, they are talking about the size. What is the answer then? Now everybody is telling. Now everybody is telling what? 3, 3, 1 wrong, 3, 2, yes. So see, they have given you what? The quantitative research always the size will be large. Think when you do an experiment on a population, or when you do experiment on a survey with census and all, it will be large. There will don't go for qualitative research because numbers are big. So whenever we go with larger numbers, there will be applying quantitative research. But when I want to study about few people, right, that people can be 10, 50, 100, that will be a small population compared to lakhs and crores. Okay, so whenever the sample size is large, the population is large, then we apply quantitative research. Whenever it is small, then we apply what? Whenever the population is small, we go for qualitative type of research. Not that thing. In qualitative type of research, the population size will be small. That is the thing. Okay, in qualitative type of research, the population size will be small. Qualitative type of research involves a non-probabilistic sampling. Clear? Yes. Okay, hope you all understood. Please do like this session. Please do like this session and share with your friends. Those who are new to this channel, please kindly, we are doing paper 1 course on our Unify study app, and also with the PYQs of paper 1 and paper 2 computer science together. Please do join, where we are discussing the latest pattern and PYQs and questions and concepts we are discussing there daily at 8 p.m. night. Today do join, learners, please join at Unify study app. We will be discussing more questions from this sampling, and one more new concepts will be studied there in the app with our DI. Your DI will be posted before the afternoon. Clear? Yes. See you all by the Unify study app. Tata, bye bye, see you. Thank you. Seetal, I'll give you tips in the evening, okay? I'm so sorry, I forgot to give you. You asked for tips, that I'll give you an app today. Yes, thank you, bye. ಬ್ಯಾಟ್ ತುಂಬ ಇರಬೇಕು ಹೊಸ ಬೆಂಟಿ ಬಂದದ್ದು ಸಾಲ ಬಿಡ್ತಾನೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮುಂದಿದೆ